Have you ever wondered what you'd do if a wild animal, especially a predator, came to you for help? It sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, for one man, this unbelievable scenario became a reality. Today, we're diving into the heart-stopping story of a white tiger cub who begged a man for help, and what he did next will leave you speechless. This isn't just a tale of courage. It's a story that redefines the bond between humans and the wild. Our story begins in a remote, forested area known for its rich biodiversity. A seasoned wildlife photographer and conservationist, let's call him Alex, was on one of his regular expeditions. Alex wasn't just there to capture beautiful images. He was dedicated to documenting and protecting the region's delicate ecosystem. He had spent years tracking various species, but nothing could have prepared him for what was about to happen. One morning, while setting up his equipment near a stream, Alex noticed a rustling in the undergrowth. Expecting a deer or perhaps a wild boar, he readied his camera. But what emerged from the bushes was something he had only dreamed of seeing in the wild. A tiny, beautiful, white tiger cub. The cub was incredibly small, its fur a brilliant, almost luminous white, a stark contrast to the deep green of the forest. But its beauty was overshadowed by its obvious distress. The little cub was whimpering, a high-pitched, desperate sound that pierced the morning calm. It was limping badly, favoring one of its hind legs. As Alex watched, frozen in place, the cub stumbled forward, its blue eyes locking onto his. There was no aggression, no fear you'd expect from a wild animal. Instead, its gaze was pleading, an unmistakable cry for help. It limped a few more steps toward him, then collapsed, exhausted. Alex's heart hammered in his chest. Every instinct screamed at him to be cautious. A tiger cub, no matter how small, is still a tiger. And more importantly, where there's a cub, a mother is usually nearby. A protective mother tiger is one of the most dangerous animals on the planet. He scanned the area, his senses on high alert, listening for any sign of an adult tiger. But the forest was eerily silent. There was only the sound of the stream and the cub's pathetic whimpers. He knew he was at a crossroads. The logical choice, the safe choice, was to back away slowly, leave the cub to its fate, and report the sighting. Nature can be cruel, and human intervention often does more harm than good. But looking at that tiny, suffering creature, logic went out the window. His heart took over. He couldn't just leave it there to die. Carefully, slowly, Alex approached the cub. He spoke in a low, soothing voice, trying to project calm and reassurance. "It's okay, little one. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." The cub watched him, its body trembling, but it didn't try to move away. As he got closer, he saw the source of its pain. A cruel, rusty poacher's trap was clamped shut on its small leg. The metal jaws had bitten deep into its flesh, and the wound was already looking infected. Rage surged through Alex. Poaching was a plague he had fought against for years. To see its brutal impact on such a young, innocent life was devastating. He knew he had to act fast. Leaving the cub to find help was not an option. It would likely die from infection or blood loss before he could return. He had to remove the trap right there, right then. This was an incredibly risky move. The cub was in pain and terrified. It could lash out at any moment, and the mother could still return. But Alex pushed those fears aside. He unclipped a multi-tool from his belt, his hands surprisingly steady. He knelt beside the cub, whispering comforting words all the while. "Hang in there, fella. We're going to get this off." He gently took hold of the cub's leg, avoiding the wound as best he could. The cub let out a pained cry but didn't fight him. It was as if it understood he was trying to help. With painstaking precision, Alex worked the pliers of his multi-tool into the trap's mechanism. These traps are designed to be difficult to open, a testament to their cruelty. Sweat beaded on his forehead as he wrestled with the rusty metal. For a few agonizing minutes, it wouldn't budge. The cub whimpered, its breathing becoming shallow. Finally, with a loud snap, the jaws of the trap sprang open. Alex carefully pulled the metal away from the mangled leg. The wound was deep and bleeding, but the cub was free. A wave of relief washed over Alex, but he knew the ordeal was far from over. The cub was weak, and the wound needed immediate medical attention. He pulled a small first aid kit from his pack. He cleaned the wound as gently as he could with antiseptic wipes and sterile water. The cub winced, but lay still, trusting him completely. Alex then wrapped the leg in a clean bandage. He knew it was a temporary fix, but it would have to do for now. Now came the next dilemma. What to do with the cub? He couldn't leave it. It was too young, too injured, and its mother was nowhere to be found. Taking it with him was the only choice. He carefully bundled the small tiger in his own jacket, creating a warm, secure sling. The cub, seemingly exhausted from the ordeal, nestled against his chest and fell into a weak sleep. With the precious cargo secure, Alex began the long, arduous trek back to the nearest ranger station, which was several hours away. Every step was filled with anxiety. He was still in taiga territory, and now he was carrying the scent of a cub. He moved as quickly and quietly as he could, his eyes constantly scanning the dense foliage around him. The forest, which usually felt like home, now seemed full of unseen threats. Hours later, covered in sweat and dirt, he stumbled into the clearing of the ranger station. The rangers on duty stared in disbelief as Alex unwrapped his jacket to reveal the sleeping white tiger cub. They were shocked, not just by the presence of the rare cub, but by the story Alex told. They had heard of animals showing unusual behavior, but a tiger cub actively seeking out a human for help was unprecedented. The station's veterinarian was called in immediately. The vet confirmed Alex's fears. The leg was badly injured, and the infection was serious. Without Alex's intervention, the cub would not have survived another day. The little tiger, who they named Baloo, meaning bear in a local language, a gentle name for a brave survivor, was put on a course of strong antibiotics and received proper surgical care for its wound. The news of Baloo's rescue spread like wildfire. Everyone was stunned. Local authorities launched a major anti-poaching operation in the area Alex indicated, and they managed to find and dismantle several other traps, undoubtedly saving more lives. Alex became a local hero, but he shunned the spotlight, insisting that anyone with a heart would have done the same. But the story doesn't end there. Baloo's recovery was slow but steady. Under the constant care of the veterinary team, his wound healed and his strength returned. He grew from a fragile, injured cub into a playful, boisterous young tiger. He formed a special bond with his caregivers, but everyone noticed the unique connection he shared with Alex. Whenever Alex visited, Baloo would greet him with excited chirps and rub against the enclosure's fence, a clear sign of recognition and affection. The authorities had a difficult decision to make. Baloo could never be returned to the wild. He was too habituated to humans, and his white coat would make him an easy target for poachers. So, a new home was found for him at a reputable wildlife sanctuary, one that specialized in caring for rescued big cats. It was a spacious, naturalistic enclosure where he could live a safe and comfortable life. The day Baloo was moved to the sanctuary, Alex was there. He watched as the young tiger explored his new home, cautiously at first, then with growing confidence. As Baloo settled in, he looked over and saw Alex watching. He walked to the edge of the enclosure, looked directly at the man who had saved his life, and let out a soft, contented chuff. It was a sound of thanks, a sound of peace. This incredible story is a powerful reminder that the lines we draw between humans and animals are sometimes blurred. It shows the deep intelligence and emotional capacity of these magnificent creatures. Baloo's plea for help and Alex's courageous and compassionate response created a ripple effect, leading to increased conservation efforts and a renewed fight against poaching. It's a testament to the fact that one act of kindness, no matter how risky, can change the world for at least one living being. What do you think of this amazing rescue? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. And if you were touched by this story, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more incredible content. We'll see you next time.